South Africa says it's lodged an urgent request with the International Court of Justice over Israel's military operations in Rafah. It's asked the UN's top court to consider if an Israeli ground operation in Rafah would require judges to use their powers in order to prevent further breaches of Palestinian rights. You'll recall last month South Africa brought a case accusing Israel of genocide in Gaza. Judges later ruled that Israel must take specific actions to prevent that. Let's speak to Famida Miller. She's across all of this for us from Johannesburg. Famida, explain this move by South Africa. What has the presidency done here?
Well, you've just outlined some of the orders that were given about 3 weeks ago, and this is an extension of that. And the Department of International Relations in South Africa has said that their request to the International Court of Justice is based on Rule 75.1, where it can approach the court for an urgent order without having to have another hearing, and that the court could use its own discretion given what is happening in Rafah and given the urgency of the situation, and to prevent a further loss of life. And as the Department of International Relations has said, the court should consider additional measures because of the urgency which we had pointed out and the risk of imminent harm to the rights of Palestinians. There's always been a concern around implementation of that original order by the ICJ in terms of Israel preventing the loss of civilian lives, the provision of humanitarian aid. So while that order was given, there's always been concern around monitoring and implementation and if Israel would pull back, which we haven't seen yet. And South Africa is saying that Israel is already in breach of the order that was given several weeks ago. And so now it wants the court to put in place additional measures. What those measures are is unclear, but we know that South Africa is asking for a declaration that ultimately would protect Palestinian lives.
Famida Miller there with the latest on that move from South Africa for us from Johannesburg. Thanks, Famida.